Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Talk.
A real Celtic talk show by real Celtic fans from the Carluke Shamrock Supporters Club on Hail Hail Media.
Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Tic Talk, 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 Talk.
Hail, hail, and welcome to Tic Talk with the Carluke Shamrock Celtic Supporters Club. This session is being recorded on Thursday, the 27th of August 2015. My name is Richard, and this illustrious panel that we assembled for tonight couldn't make it, so instead, around the table we have
Mr. C. Vincenzo. Brian, right side of the lights.
Brian, right side of the lights. And we have a wee empty seat here because Mr. McKeever will allegedly be joining us, big Mickey boy. So we'll see what happens. Boys, hello!
Welcome back.
This is mental. An actual Carluke panel. We've done
Boys were never out.
You'd have been itching. We've done a few wee kind of special things, a few wee kind of offshoot TikToks and so on, but it's been a long, long time till we sat down with the boys, and here we are in Carluke's lovely St Athanasius Community Hall. We've got the teas out, and well, let's do it in style. Let's crack off. I'll not mention these ones just now. Vincenzo, if you can talk us through the biscuit selection you have.
Well, what I brought along tonight is border biscuits, raspberry, white chocolate and pistachio crumbles.
Come on.
Get in there.
I tell you.
You're not beating that, son.
Oh, you've come back with a bang. Fantastic. And we've got another set of biscuits here. We've got a lovely wee set of Maryland cookies. Mr. C, you can fill us in because we've got these biscuits. We've got various lovely wee gifts and banners and what do you call them, beer bottle warmers and stuff like that.
Beer bottle warmers.
From a friend who has visited the dear town of Carluke.
With all this stuff in it.
Yes.
And,
so the chap's name, Eamon O'Connor, got in touch with the club.
Eamon O'Connor.
Yep.
He appeared to go to a game.
Yep.
Appeared in the Crown one night before we left.
Aye.
And had a wee word with him. And we're blaring away, and the next thing he says, I'm looking for somebody for the Tic Talk. So, you're talking to me, pal.
How do they know? Take a seat.
And we were blaring away, and he gave me this wee bag.
Right.
With the biscuits, the beer warmers, or beer coolers, or whatever. And quite a wee set of them.
Fantastic. Went to the game in the bus.
I went to the game
with the boys and that.
He actually, all the best, son. You know, because he'd been over here before that, and he'd went to St Mirren Park.
That's his phone. You carry on.
It's not my phone. It's somebody that left a phone in the hall.
If you've left your phone in the hall, that's it. You know.
They just tell them the phone's here.
That was Mish.
It's not shambolic yet, is it?
That was Mish on the phone.
Right, Mish.
Anyway, so and the boy he'd been to St Mirren Park.
Aye, for the
just
friendlies.
Before it.
Yep.
And he'd actually done on his ankle or something.
Oh, dear.
He fell at a trip when he came off the train. So he was in the big stooky type thing.
Right.
Going to the game.
Jeez, oh.
And we had to wait an hour and I'm coming to the game. The bus was held up waiting on him.
Jeez, oh. Now, where was our fast travelled man from?
Tasmania.
Here you go. From Tasmania to Carluke.
He's sitting in Tasmania listening to
And
TikTok.
it's TikTok that bridges that gap. You know what I'm saying, Brian? You're shaking your head. You're looking wistfully. Wistfully. Do you remember the day I told you what power the internet would bring us?
I'm a technophobe.
You are a technophobe.
We're in Tasmania.
Tasmania.
I think he's a member of the Melbourne number 1 or something.
Right, nice one.
And he listens to all. He was over here. His mother was in the Bell.
Right.
And he was visiting his mother in Lanark, of all places.
I'm liking this guy more and more.
We can't hold that against him.
We can't hold that against him. No, sir.
I think he had a good time. He actually went to the game on the bus. He went to another game just after that. And then he actually went to Marshall's summer house.
Whoa, this boy, he's ticked off everything, isn't he? That's like a tourist
he came in the
itinerary.
He watched the game. I can't even remember what game it was. I was in the Saki. And
you were
came
in
in,
the Saki?
and the next thing, Tech frame.
Steady, allegedly.
So he got talking away, of course, well...
A local character.
He did get a few words in.
Was that in between bus stories,
And Tech told him everything, and then the next thing...
Then he left.
I'll take you up to Marshall's.
Oh, fantastic.
He says, that's Marshall's a relation of mine, I'll take you up to Marshall's. And
Marshall's Summerhouse.
So then we up to Marshall's, and I says, thank the Lord.
The boy was saved. There you go. Hail to you, Eamon.
Eamon, all the best, son.
Thanks for visiting us. It's been superb. Got to tell you, somebody will need to go better than that. Tasmania.
And by the way, still never bought a pie at the Fibber.
Never bought a pie at the Fibber? Shocking. See the Tasmanian guys.
Just say that.
Was it with you, was it, huh?
Oh, you had a grudge, didn't you? You've got all these free gifts for the boy, but you're still
had a
grudging
bad
not getting a
leg.
pie. The bad
Oh,
leg.
you mean in the next game?
Oh, the next one. Fair enough. Right, okay, dokie. We're going to keep the spirits up now because we've got a dark cloud looming, lads. We've got a dark cloud looming. We're going to keep the spirits up now. Next wee thing, just to talk about news and stuff and things that are happened and have happened and are coming up and stuff. The skydive, the shambolic skydive, and I say shambolic because I might have been them up at the step to the plane. But the club was well behind it all. Folks in the bus were chipping in money and stuff. Obviously went to the Kano Foundation, which was superb. That became a wee Tic Talk thing as well for us. So the club and all the people who helped us have managed to raise for the Kano Foundation 1,115 quid 57 pence. Come on, here you are. So thanks to everybody for that. That is superb.
Man need a parachute. Do you know what? That was one of my favourite podcasts.
Oh, what was it?
I was doing it with you.
You should have been.
I will honestly. It was absolutely brilliant. Honestly, it sounded great.
It was worth a wee experiment, wasn't it?
Innovate and try and get it live.
Try to get a TikTok in the air.
Well, I don't...
It was a speaker turned into a microphone. Did you understand that?
I knew
I didn't understand.
Technology.
You said that only Richard and it was great and all that. I've been listening to a few these podcasts recently, and the Mr. Paul Larkin. I'll tell you what he says.
What should he say? He's got lawyers, remember?
No,
he's
I'll
backed
tell you
up.
what he says.
Right.
Expensive lawyers.
He's only that bastard who would have done it.
Charming. No, that's a great segue.
Well, it was him and Jason.
Nearly was.
It's gone.
He said Jason was one as well, man.
He was, aye. If you're going to have a daft basket, you're certainly going up there with Mr. Jason Higgins. Had a ball with that family, I'll tell you. But talking of the lovely Mr. Larkin and his highly paid lawyers, he's coming back to Sonny Carluke again. After we rolled out the green carpet for him, he had a ball. What's he doing? The book, his latest book is out, Anyone But Celtic. He's having the official book launch in the shambolic town. Now, this is where I should turn to Michael in the empty seat and say, Michael, what's happening? Lazy get isn't here. So it's Friday, September the 4th, Mr. C.
Yes. September the 4th. Everything will be okay.
Everything will be okay, apparently. You heard it here first. All the tickets have sold like hotcakes through Mr. Larkin. That's done and dusted. Big sellout. There's going to be a big show for the club as well. Club have got 30 odd tickets were set aside. Some guys have bought them one-on-one as well. So
I'm not happy.
You're not happy? You're not happy? How are you not happy?
Because I saw Jacqueline Silver when.
Sure, Jacqueline Silver when?
Same night.
Did you text Paul? Did they not change it for you? That's ridiculous.
Is she not coming?
Is she not coming?
I can tell you why he's going to it.
Why is he going to it?
Gary will be putting on a free bar, surely.
Oh, there must be. There must be a free bar. Now, listeners, just make sure you don't get mixed up. It's not a free bar at the book launch. Mr. C's just about to pass out there.
No, but it will be cheap drink.
Cheap drink, there you go, that's guaranteed.
Because half it's out of date.
Yeah, that's it. Right, so the book launch is there. The guys who have got their tickets, they will be getting an autograph book on the night as well. And apparently, just as soon as they found out that I couldn't make it, I'm down in London that weekend, Brian. As soon as they found out, that git, Joe McKenna, the famous musician of the Hail Hail Media channel from the lovely Homeboys, is flying over in person.
Flying over special.
He waited until my back was turned and now he's moving in. He's cutting my grass. He's stepping into Carluke. So he's coming here to put on a wee...
passport for Carluke?
Allegedly.
He made a song about you.
If he has, I want you to tell me immediately, Brian, and pull the microphone
Just
away
remind
from
him it's easy to get in. It's not so easy to get out.
That's very true. That's very true about the Kirlook, especially Shambolic. So that'll be a superb night. There you go. The book, I believe, we'll just talk about that earlier, is now actually for sale, because you had a pre-order thing and then that kick-started, the sales going on. So guys have already started reading it. It's got a fair bit of press, so we'll see what the book launch is like. And we'll see if the boys can pick up the slack and actually do a podcast for me. There's Useless Michael coming in. He can sit down in this empty seat.
I was just going to ask you that. Is there somebody going to do a podcast?
Well, you would think, wouldn't you?
I'll talk
Now, I will bring up, Mr. C, I'll bring up a few precedents for you, because when I was working my butt off helping Mr. Larkin out at the Astra Shears in Celtic Park, right?
Always.
Working for Donty Dusk.
Stop listening to me about that, I know.
Carluke promised me, it's alright, we'll pick up a slack, we'll do a TikTok, we'll record it on the night, blah, blah, blah.
Didn't he?
Mr. McKeever was there, Mr. Mooney was there.
I was your ringman.
No podcast.
I was your ringman.
That's true, you did bail me out.
I can't do it.
Aye. All late boy here to my left was late on that night as well.
What happened that night? Teflon shoulders.
Mickey boys,
Mickey, you tell them what happened that night.
We had a brilliant night, Jim, didn't we?
What happened to
I tell you, that's poor.
You tell me, I can't remember.
I can't remember.
That was the night you were coming back up for a funeral.
That's right.
So he was travelling all the way up Finland.
For Nottingham.
And what did you run into in Carluke?
An orange walk.
An orange. Well, it was a day.
I think we are recording here, aye?
Oh, we're off and running. We're waiting for you. Jeez, oh, we get fed up. So, aye, to answer that question, Mr. C, God only knows. There's going to be guys here. Vinny will not be here. He's covered that. Mr. McKeever will be here. Other folk might be here.
Big
Who
doogie.
knows? But Michael, I was just explaining. Yes, I was just explaining.
yeah,
Right, I've covered it. Covered the night.
Yes.
We've covered the famous Joe McKenna, the travelling minstrel, coming over. But fill us in a wee bit more details. He's coming to you direct, isn't he? These
Yes,
two
the guys
these
are
two
coming to my
legends.
house direct. We're going to do a wee podcast.
Oh, you said it. You said
in
it.
the summer house.
Wait a minute, I'll be too busy in here.
And one of our members is actually coming to join it. And he's never been on the panel before.
No danger.
I'm going to leave that one at that.
A new member appears.
Yes.
Oh, I love this.
Big
I'm
reveal.
loving this.
Big reveal.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we spoke about the night. I don't know what level you went to there, but Joe McKenna is going to be doing an acoustic set.
Now, see, because he's coming to your house, have you padlocked your drinks cabinet?
What I'm fear of is the after party.
Aye, because once he knows where your house is, you know it's going to happen.
Aye. Yeah, don't be worried now.
Excellent. Right, the only other wee possible bit of news I was going to throw in for this introduction section was a possible AGM coming. Dates, don't know yet, hold on.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's just about ready to go.
Maybe more
Yes.
than half an hour's notice, that would be helpful.
It's a shambolic. Come on.
Very lazy way, Vinny.
There we go. So look, check out Twitter and the Facebook page for the members who want to come along to that. Anything else?
I don't know if you spoke about the Tic Talk on tour yet, have you?
No.
No. Just a way back there from Glasgow with my good friend Eddie, and he was asking when the next one is, and we're in discussions with Joe from the Keno,
Joe Mackin.
and we're looking at possibly going through Easter House.
Come on.
And that'll be the night you're driving, I believe.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Oh, aye.
Aye.
The big swan
Aye.
party bus. The big 7-seater swan
Oh,
party
yes.
bus.
We've also set up another one.
Oh,
Waiting for the
Yes, yes,
go for it.
and
wait for the
yes,
The Royal Borough.
yes, that's definitely happening as well.
Come on. And it's not just a wee sister town up the road. There's some special connections to the club up there, isn't
One
there?
of the founding members there.
Founding member.
Mr. Joe Clark.
Oof.
And also
Oof.
a legend from Carluke as well, Mr. James McNulty.
James
Oh,
McNulty.
dear Lord. I tell you. Mr. C, you'll be in on that action, surely.
Oh, good.
Reminiscing with Mr. Clark.
I'll need be there to control them.
Oh, dear God.
Have you found the location yet?
As long as I keep Joe and I apart a wee bit, like, you know, when we tend to get, you know.
I'm in the Wallace Cave.
Wallace
I've lined up
Cave, there you go.
about 3 or 4 Lanarkians as well.
Oof.
Excellent.
Brilliant. There you
Friend
go.
Paul,
There you go, listeners.
Kev. Oh, the Lord.
And if you want to get involved as well, of course, just get in touch at Mickey Boys on Twitter. He's our arranger. He'll bring you together. If you've got a wee pub or your family or your club or whatever, give us a shout and we can come on tour and see you then.
Aye, and if he says it starts at 9,
It'll be
10-ish.
10. Hey! And on that note, let's move over to the dark section.
Oh, no.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, 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 tock.
Ah, yeah, dancer. Right, okay. We've poured some fresh cups of brew here, although Mr. C's still got his Peroni, warming away nicely. So I'm sorry, lads, but the dark clouds are in. We need to face it. It's been a while, and unfortunately, now that we're back, we've got a horrific story to cover. But remember your place here. We're here. This is therapy for listeners, right?
Okay.
We're here to push them through this agony, this grief. And I know, Brian, you've got your head in your hands there. Just think about people suffering around the world. We've got to help them.
True,
right?
we
We need to thrash this out. Now, tonight's Tic Talk, I've picked the name already. It's going to be called Tic Talk Malmotaupsy. Hey! Malmotaupsy. Malmotaupsy.
That's very good. Come on.
That's not the hashtag.
Sorry,
Come on, Malmotaupsy, that is.
Hashtag Malmotaupsy.
Come on, Richard. We can't have the modern technology.
That's not
Kept
bad.
on saying, I'm a dinosaur.
That's true. Right, okay, though, boys. So, the first leg, we obviously had a bit of damage right at the tail end. There was a few boys up in Marshall Summerhouse. I was watching that night. There was some guys who actually immediately said, that's us out, actually. They kind of guessed, or maybe they were so depressed they thought, no, that's it. We've given them too much. There's photographs getting taken. There were other boys who were just gutted but felt we could still do it. And other boys who were totally confident, nah, we've scored 3 goals, shut your face, this is going to be fine, don't panic. But then that happened. So I'm looking around for a victim. Vincenzo, I'll start with you, kid.
Why me?
I'll start with you. What went wrong?
Are you doing 2 games at once? Are you going to
No, let's just the last game, the second leg, the one that killed us
Second leg?
off. Aye. What went wrong with us?
I don't know, it's hard to say. I've got to be honest, when I saw the team, part of me thought playing Mulgrew was perhaps a good idea. Maybe
Right.
thinking he'll no bomb forward as much as he tighten it up at the back a bit. Alright, he was forced into Janko. He would have played Lustig if Janko they played Lustig if it was fit.
The whole injury thing? Aye.
So the team I thought looked pretty strong.
Right.
And I kind of understand what Dial is saying about them being scared.
Allegedly. But
Aye.
backtracking tonight, apparently.
I think I know what you meant though. I think we ended up playing on the back foot and we didn't play our game. That was my feeling about it. We didn't play our game and they kind of set the tempo. And the guys that you're really looking to, like Brown and Johansson, you know, your big players just didn't get started, you know. Mm-hmm. You look at the snarling Brown, alright, fair enough, it finished up 3-2, but in the first leg you look at Brown, the way he was bossing that park, it was all out of place, you know, and he was winding them all up, and but the second leg, there just wasn't a lot there, was there? So I was absolutely, I was gutted.
Totally
Absolutely
gutted. Aye.
And I actually thought they weren't a great team. And I think you would maybe say, if you go player for player, you would think that we've got a stronger team, stronger squad.
Right.
But the thing that hurt the most was it kind of looked like on the night they wanted it more than we did. And
Right.
that's the bit that really sticks with you. You kind of don't mind if they'd played absolutely superb. It's hard enough.
Aye.
And you think, right, fair enough. You know, they've played better than us, they deserve it.
Aye.
I think it came down to a bit of hunger, and I think that's what he was kind of hinting at. Do you know,
Right,
it was
just
almost kind of...
Picking the scared word a bit,
Aye.
that's what he was meaning.
We shouldn't be scared going in against that kind of opposition, do you know what I mean?
No.
But I think just my final point, I think, is, and we'll maybe come on to it, is I think we're a bit of a victim of our own kind of strategy, if you like. So we're kind of caught, I think, between no speculating to accumulate, so no over-investing to get in, but doing that kind of thing where we're going to hopefully qualify, and then we've got about 5 days to spend a bit of money
To suddenly run out of a checkbook.
you know, so
Right.
we're caught between a rock and a hard place. Whereas, and I think, and CQ in the day, it were kind of trying to take us beyond it. Look, we should be signing the striker now, and the centre half now, that gets us in next year's.
Get him bedded in.
Because I've got to be honest, I think, unfortunately, Dial's got one more crack at it, I think. I don't think he'll get beyond that if he doesn't get in next year.
Okay.
Whether I would support that or no is a different matter, but I don't think he'll get another goal.
Just the way things go.
Yeah, he's got one more shot, I think.
Right, Brian, for yourself, can you think back to the game and tell me, did you have a hope all the way through? Or was there a point in the game you were just, for feck's sake, this is just never going to happen? Can you remember? Did you still believe to a
See the
certain
start of the
level?
game, Richard.
Aye.
I thought we would have won the game.
Did you?
Aye.
Once
I
you
did think we were going to win the game.
Just
Me and
seen
Michael,
the,
we
just
were
seen the
saying-
squad, or just seen the actual play? You mean take place
Before it, I was confident.
Before it, right? Okay.
I was
okay.
confident we were going to win. We end up putting a fiver on Johansson because the amount of chances Johansson's had lately, breaking through, running off the striker. I thought he's got a right good chance. I wonder if this is his night today. Can I idea?
Aye.
You can go through the full game, right? Whatever way you want to go from start to finish. Your middle three players, Johansson, Bitton and Brown, never kicked the ball.
Right.
Never gave you anything. Charlie McGrew came in to play left back instead of Azagiri. Virtually everybody in this table will turn around and say, I think I would have done that.
Right.
But what Charlie McGrew forgot today was he was a left back. So he was coming closer into the two central defenders all the time. See the first goal? Berge goes down the right hand side. Charlie McGrew's about 25 years away from him. He slips the ball in, the boy kind of back heels it to another guy, he hits it, and Gordon's got a great save. That's the one he tips out of the bar.
Yep.
That's where they score off it.
Yep.
And it was just, but I was explaining there, see the zonal marking? They done a number on us, they sussed us out.
Aye.
Van Dijk's in the centre of the zonal marking. They put a player right on top of him, and all he done was stop him jumping for the ball.
Right.
And see the other player, he come running in and he'd hit the ball inside this.
He's got the space.
Aye, he's got the space.
Right.
They've done it. Two goals are the exact same. See if you look at the two goals, they've done the exact same. Craig Gordon can't get by the players because Van Dijk's get shoved onto Craig Gordon.
Yep.
They're doing what we've done in Europe for a right few years now.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Gary Hooper used to do it all the time, stand in front of the goalkeeper and our big defenders come running in, can I idea? They've done the exact same to us and we can't figure that one out. Zonal Martin, for me, doesn't sit good with me.
Right.
A man, you pick your man up and if you don't get him, it's your fault.
Just one-on-one.
That's my thing about it.
I sat with Brian watching the game, and Brian constantly mentions zonal marking during the game. If you meant, after the goal and that, right, we spoke about it. John Kenny's come out today in an interview and he says, after the game, we believe in zonal marking. How we get the players to play it, Brian? Is it the players not educated enough? Is it just bad luck? Is it no worked? It's worked every other game.
Michael,
that's the thing.
They've done a number on us.
See zonal marking. Zonal marking doesn't mean you don't pick up runners and you don't have folk picking up runners, right? Zonal marking means you've got your best 3 or 4 marking the most dangerous area, right? But it's got that weak spot, and that's exactly what the weak point is. So, I mean, Gordon Strachan would die by it. If you do it right, I think apparently the stats stack up.
I can remember Craig Levine that first came out. Craig Levine, I can always remember him talking about it. He says this is a way forward for defending. But it's true what you're saying, Vincent. There should be a runner way a runner, idea. Normally you've got Scott Brown or some lad running with, but you've got guys there 6 foot tall. But what they done was they took out the centre bit of your zonal Martin, and to stop anybody jumping. You've got to learn with these mistakes. Surely John Kennedy and that will be looking at that now saying, right, the way forward is, if that's the case, other teams are going to say to themselves, we've got a corner, we're just going to... But we had one good delivery for a corner for Stuart Armstrong and we should have got a goal.
Yep.
Because we'd done the exact same.
Correct. We reversed it on them.
Right. You see their 2 corners they scored off it? The balls were great, they were right. Perfect.
Sweetly hit, weren't they? Mr. C, if you had to think of the game, is there a kind of top thing or top 3 things that killed us? You know, is it, it was so-and-so no being good, or it was the zonal marking, or it was the hunger? You know, is there a lingering feeling you've got that was the problem?
I've been trying to think about it since Tuesday night, and I just can't take it in.
No, still.
I wouldn't have changed the team.
You're happy with
zonal marking. We point out that the flaw that was there was you can't mark a zone if you're not allowed to.
That's exactly what happened to Van Dijk.
That's what's happened there.
Right.
But it wasn't just that. It was Celtic are a better team than what they did. No, I'm saying they're a better team than Malmo, because Malmo done to us what we would have loved to have done to them.
Aye.
The way we our history, everyone tells us, that's the way we get results. We were underdogs and things when we got results. They weren't supposed to be as good as us, but they produced what they wanted on the night, and Celtic were shite.
Jim, what I'll say, Michael,
they didn't
I think you're going to talk about the first half.
aye. First half, we good chances in the
And
first
see the possession.
half. See the possession we had in the first
59%.
half.
Yes.
By the way, we were getting by. We hit the byline. See the first 20 minutes. James Forrest hit the byline. Stuart Armstrong hit the byline, and we never done anything with the ball. You know what I mean?
The first 5 minutes.
It's the worst for then on. It was the worst I've seen Celtic playing in Europe for a right few years.
As a
we
whole
didn't,
team.
We didn't play as a team.
Aye.
We didn't play as a team. We lost our
The
way.
first 5 minutes, Griffiths could have scored. Yanked
Aye.
him down, cut a ball across. Griffiths didn't get contact with it. He could have scored in the first 5 minutes.
Different story.
As you say, there was other chances, things happened.
The other one that
We
he
were
got
under
off
an
the
awful
keeper.
lot of pressure, and I was quite happy to get away with it. Then we lost the goal for the corner kick, and I thought, no, another goal for a corner kick. And, all right, if we wanted to moan and go through, as they say, I'm not moaning, I'm not blaming Loyal for no spending money, because 25 million on another centre half that couldn't get to the ball anyway. Like, what difference does it make? Or whatever. I could moan and say, the boy didn't get his head on that goal, that ball.
It was his shoulder.
It wasn't his shoulder.
Happy there.
It was his arm.
Upper arm.
So, to take the fact, I could have been a foul.
Sure.
Right? And there was a foul on there was a potential foul on Van Dijk, stopping him getting out. We got the park, take a perfectly good corner, and get the ball in the back of the net. Then the foul's going against us. Now, I'll defy. I've not seen it again, but I've listened to a lot of things. That referee points to the penalty spot.
He does. He points to the penalty spot.
Am I right?
And
Aye.
the official
And then
behind the
there's
goals
chat.
changes it.
But he's moving up and down.
But how many times, how many times do you see the official behind the goal interfering? Never, right? Never. You're always saying
That was a
because
rhetorical
they're wired
question.
up, well, they're wired up, right? And they never interfere. And on this occasion, he goes out and has a wee chat with him. A wee blather, and then says, "Oh, it's a penalty."
Jim, you're right. The referee, if you watch the referee,
He points to the penalty spot.
he moves to the box.
Game
He's
changer. It's a game changer.
He's pointing to
Aye.
the penalty spot.
Young Ryan Dobbin was.
He gave us a goal.
Exactly.
Penalty.
And he was behind me. And he says, "What? Is he getting a penalty for?" The ball's in the back of the
So he
net.
gave us a
Give the
goal.
goal.
Exactly.
Right.
No
And
penalty.
I'm
goal.
waiting, you know. But anyway, that's excuses. That's things that could happen.
I forgot.
And if you think about these things, that goes in with the Aram. We get the 1-0. We could have been 1-0 up.
Correct. Totally different.
And it might have made a difference. I don't think we're as bad.
We had a bad game.
With a bad game, and that's
There was
it.
all
But
individuals.
all this,
Aye,
all this
Michael,
talk about,
totally utterly.
you know, I've been reading all these blogs and things. And, I mean, I'll need to stop it because
You've went deep on this, haven't you?
they're not as good as us. Sorry, Jason. Sorry, Roy. You know.
Steady.
I've got two other points. Sorry, before you get to Michael, two other points. I think one's the Van Dijk thing. You know, the uncertainty about Van Dijk and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
Boyata as well. I think he's a player. I think he will be a player, but he's not settled in. He's had a bad few weeks. He's had a bad few games. So I think there's that uncertainty at the back.
Right.
And then you've got both fullbacks who are not the normal fullbacks. You've got Charlie who gets skint a right few times in the first half.
Correct.
And then you've got Janko, no a bad game, but you've got a load of inexperience across that back four. And I think that contributed to it, and I think Van Dijk's head's away anyway. So but I think that's, and I think also the message he put in, I agreed with putting Mulgrew in, right? But I think the message he put in Mulgrew in is to say, tighten up, we need to almost sit back, we need to tighten up, we need to soak it up. Whereas if we'd played our game, and if we'd played as Aguirre, God, he might have had one of his nightmare games and been 1-1. But we're in the front foot, you know, we're playing our game.
Get the ball up the other end.
And I agreed, I thought play
Actually,
Mulgrew, but
right,
seeing hindsight, and it's always easier in hindsight,
always easy.
I would have said, should we have played him? Do you know what I mean?
See, this is the other thing with listening to things. Now I talk about we should have bought. No, we know. Okay, sorry, it's easy to say we should have bought somebody. Now, if we'd have spent, we need to talk about well over 5 million.
Were you talking for a striker?
For a striker or whatever they want.
Okay.
Right. I don't think that would have made a difference.
Right. Because there were so many guys off their game?
Well, they were off their game.
Right.
Now, when you looked at the team, could you have thought of somebody that would have made a difference?
I would
The
have
way
picked that
Griffiths
team.
is
I'd
playing,
have picked that
the way Johansson had been playing, Beaton to me was the biggest disappointment.
Right.
Because I think that boy is absolutely world class. Where was he at? He was flying out the
He
ball.
looked as if he had an agenda to get sent off at one point.
Well, he was
He had to get two caps because he was getting
Get me
sent
off
off.
here, that's what it's like, get me out of here, I'm not
He
interested in
seems
this.
Scott
frustrated
Brown
with Jim.
was Scott Brown.
I
a
think
bit.
he seemed frustrated. I was just as frustrated about with Johansson and Brown. They were the two I was thinking. Brown, I'm thinking, right, go in there,
Come
give it
on.
your day,
Come
boss it. But it was, I can't remember seeing much of him. That's what, and that tells me enough about Brown. You know what, Brown? If Brown wanted to, well, I'm not saying he didn't want to, but what was wrong with Brown? Was he carrying an injury? Was his head somewhere else? Was there something wrong?
Same with Beaton,
Because it's not like him.
he'd been off a couple of games before, injured-wise and all.
Aye.
But their manager done a number on us. He sussed out what way to play against us, and that's it. He stuck to it.
Saw the weakness, went for
He
it.
just went for it. And that's... He
Well, I
done
think
a
that's
number.
what we-
Centre
we've got
midfield
to
and all, he done it on
accept.
centre midfield.
That they outdone us.
They done a Celtic on us.
They done that.
They done
And by the way,
underdogs.
their what do you call it, defence wasn't that great.
No.
Because you just spoke about Griffiths. Griffiths had a chance and the ball get played out of the tap. The goalkeeper come running out. And the defender stopped.
I thought it was offside.
And he had it on his right foot. All he had to do was, he had to, I don't know,
Just lob the keeper.
just lob the goalie, but he kind of went to smash the ball a wee bit. But that's one of the things that happens in football.
Correct.
We just didn't play well.
Aye. Just
For
never
all the
turned up.
rhetoric I've seen in these websites and all this carry on, they're world beaters, you know what I'm talking about? Jesus.
Did you
I
see
will
the
see
draw
what
they
happens
got
there.
to?
Aye, and Real Madrid.
Jesus.
The thing we've chased.
PSG.
Well, would have been
Yeah.
seeded, but so wouldn't have got them.
Who would have been
We have been in top
Celtic was a
three.
different seed. Where I got
Different mix-up.
was
Sure.
Batty and Roma, I think it was, or something like that. Whoever group was, aye.
So, Michael, I want to bring you in two subjects: the goal that was chopped off and the Lee Griffiths knee incident that's been much made of. What's your thoughts?
The goal incident, I'd rather not talk about.
You've got to, man. Get the anger out, get the pain out.
You know, I've got the voice of football sitting next to me, you know, Brian.
Come on.
And I'll tell you something, you were there, funny, we all jumped up, Matt, and then we realised, you see by
This
Art's
isn't
face
happening.
on the telly, it's disallowed. I think, what's this for? Handball, right? We're looking going, but then...
No, was it handball?
No, but at this
Never
point,
said
if
that
you
in
take
the
back
telly.
to what we said, when we were sitting, it was handball,
Try to
but it
piece
wasn't
it
us,
together.
it was them.
Aye.
And then we're looking going, oh, it's a Griffiths, and then you show you Griffiths, and you see the linesman with his knee up, the official behind the goals, he's got his knee up saying as if he's a pen, he's a
Film the
getting,
goalkeeper.
aye, film the keeper, and you're sitting myself, what's going on here? And it was as weird like you saying there, Vinny, I've never seen him make a decision. Never.
I've never seen them being consulted for a
No,
start.
no.
So the referees obviously
Aye.
took another decision, but then thought, right, I better speak to him.
If you look at the Malmo players, even the keeper, they all just stood there.
No.
They never reacted.
Yeah.
That was the bit that got me.
They
And you think
looked
it
at
was
the
bad luck.
referee as if, why are you getting a penalty?
I know we didn't play well as individuals. I say Craig Gordon probably the only player I would give
You
plus
would-
marks
you would
tonight.
allow him,
But
right.
I'll tell you something now. That happens in football where a lot of them just have an off thing, right? It happens, Jim. You're on done. You've probably seen a lot more, right? But let's take it back. They never reacted for anything, and that referee spoiled that there. Then you got all this.
What minute was
coming
that?
out,
Sorry,
and they're all coming out. The press are all coming out and saying this here. Celtic this and Ronnie gets sacked. Ronnie this. You know, and I'm going to read out a wee tweet that's come out of the show shortly. You know,
That's steady.
and I just feel as if it could have been a lot different. You know, but
should have.
The Lee Griffiths incident you're mentioning there, I'd have sent him off.
Would you?
See if you see
You're a
it.
Celtic fan.
Seen you
you'd have
see
sent
it
him
now.
off.
You see it now. At the time,
See,
at the
if
time, did you think that?
look
you
at
don't think that.
if you look
No.
at a referee's position and you watch the referee, he sees what he does there with his knee.
Aye.
Right? It's a sender off, Finny. Right?
I don't think it is.
That's
Agreement
agreement
there.
says this.
I think the guy's
I've seen
at
guys
it.
getting
The
sent
guy's-
off in Europe
The guy
for
admits
nothing.
it.
The guy squares up to him as if to say, come and try and get the ball.
So why put your knee up into
You just
the into the box?
Nothing in it.
I agree with you there.
You're not having it.
So you don't think it's
Vincent's a
sent
bit
off?
annoyed. It is
It's a
not.
bit noise. It's not a bit cared.
I says,
Well,
very could have been a send off.
it could have been.
You
a
said
send
I would send them off. That's
Well, I
what you
sent him off.
said.
Aye.
Rewind.
Well, when you saw it at the time, I thought, what's this all about? That boy's challenged Griffiths, and Griffiths has ran into him. When you saw it later on, he brought his knee up.
Right.
Now, the boy has admitted today, he did knee me in the... But, but I put it on a wee bit.
Of course.
So it wasn't hit that hard.
No.
So it was...
What I'm trying to say is at
It
this
wasn't-
level...
to me, it wasn't an intentional...
No, at this level, folk is sent off.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Scott
Brown gets sent off a couple of seasons
Aye,
ago.
The referee saw it. The referee saw it. That's why he get booked. We didn't see it.
Aye, we're all complimenting Lee Griffiths and his attitude this season.
True.
When he goes and does
true.
that. Now, if Lee Griffiths had to get sent off here, right, what was the one reaction? What was the reaction going to be?
Aye, get rid of him.
I just say, who's that?
Lee Griffiths didn't get booked for that. He get booked for squaring up with the other boy.
After it.
Aye, that's what he get booked for. Didn't get booked for the
Well, as I
lifting
say,
his knee.
He just got up, he did
to
that.
over a 60-degree
What he
angle.
put to the back.
He's like, I went for the ball,
but he didn't tell you what boy went for.
Back up,
What ball did he go for?
Oh, God.
But
Right, that's what
It
he didn't
didn't
get
look
booked
as
for.
if
He
he
get booked for
Right, hold on, one
having
at
the
a
other player getting arguing. That's what he get booked for.
Right, it was later on. Right.
No,
No, it was the same time as
Same.
I know the incident, I mean, that's what I mean. Aye, he's kind of anger after it. And how are we all feeling now? Michael? Angry? Upset? Disappointed? Go over it?
All of them.
All of them.
No, on the night, you know, take it back before the game. Brian, myself, Vinny, and we were all sitting having a beer in Marshall Summer House. And when you've seen the team, very confident. At the end of the game, we're sitting there, we're all frozen.
Disbelief.
It was weird. It was as weird as
Aye, the
could
heat
be.
was off.
Aye. It was, aye.
Heat was off.
Aye. Didn't put the 10 bob in. Wee Paul was in, by the way. Wee Paul was in the look his head.
Oh, these smokers have always got the door open anyway. That's the point.
And, but as the days went on, I don't read the papers, right? I don't know what's been said in the papers, but I will tell you, I'm gutted. Because we're not in there.
Still
you know, and the draw getting made today, didn't look at it.
I thought I was
Didn't
alright
know
until
about
I came here. I must have blanked.
Aye.
So I think that's what it is.
Go to bring it back up.
You know,
bring it back up.
I wasn't even interested in the draw. at all,
Aye.
you know,
No,
I couldn't
no,
give a
definitely
monkeys,
not.
you know. We've got a game to look forward to at the weekend now. Let's move on.
Aye.
You know, the problem we've got now is with Commons and Brown saying what they said. I'm now wondering, and this is the part of this tweet that has come in for Celtic Boy, is that has Ronnie got the backing of the players?
Aye, I think he has.
Right? I personally believe he has.
I think it was just. I think they put Commons on the spot a bit.
Put the mic
and
in front.
aye, but they said, "Oh, your managers just said
You were scared.
You were shit scared," and he was like, "No, I wasn't scared. We just didn't turn up." So Commons isn't going to back down. Commons might be a bit just pissed off anyway because he's not been getting a game.
Aye.
Fair enough, but Brown, I think he's got the backing of the.
That's it. I didn't hear exactly what Ronnie said. If he said the team was scared, the team was mad. It may have been a misinterpretation of what Ronnie meant. I'm not defending him 100% or anything like that. I'm just saying it might have been.
No, apparently
Because
John
they
Kennedy's
say-
tried to say that, didn't he?
Were we scared? I mean, what did that mean to him that we were scared?
Aye.
Because what the other players are supposedly say about they're far too experienced and went through all these things to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was that. I think we just didn't do it on the night.
Didn't switch on.
I've been spending all day betting horses.
Scott Brown says he's ashamed of his performance.
Well,
That sums a
I didn't
lot.
a
That's,
few.
that's a big thing to say for a
He's been
professional
honest.
football player.
I
Aye.
say, I'm betting horses the other day and I'm looking, oh, that horse should walk that. Then this other donkey comes and wins. No, I mean, you can't, if
That's an analogy.
if everything worked the way it went,
The way it should.
and it's the same with
The horse is walking.
it's
and
the
I
same
don't.
with it's the same with it's the same with the World Championship.
That's why it's a mugs game.
You know, the athletics and all that on.
Right.
There's people.
That's a stick on.
There's people
this is
coming
food.
off the park, off the track and saying,
John.
"Oh, I didn't do as well as I should."
Aye, that kind of thing.
But these things happen.
And we had so many of those guys.
And I've been thinking about it a lot. A lot of times it does happen to Celtic.
But it's not a one-off, Jim. I think if you look at the first
No.
leg, if you look at the first leg and the switching off in the first leg, and
Aye.
again at this corner,
Relax
and score.
all of that kind of
But
stuff.
not just switching off.
Aye.
Getting bad results happens to us all the time.
Here a question: do you think we're missing Dariah more than we thought we would in that defence?
Well, I think
don't know.
maybe aye.
Because I think he was more the organiser than Van Dijk was.
I think sometimes he didn't need to be told. Whereas this young boy doesn't know what he's wanting or doesn't know what to do. I'm not sure.
White
I
spots.
wasn't impressed with Van Dijk one little bit. the other night.
I think he
And
seeds
I
away.
think he seeds
He seeds
away
away, aye.
because he sees the big bucks and you know that kind of stuff. And if that's the case,
agent on the phone every night.
I think it's, like, for a wee while I've been thinking Van Dijk seeds away. Because I think in other games, other than another night there, the local games, whatever you might call them, he thinks, if you look at everything and you read it and you say, everybody says, Van Dijk's not as good a player. That's what everybody says, because he doesn't prove it. So to me, I think he's going to be out there saying, I'm not getting noticed here because I've got nothing to do.
Right.
So I'm away to make sure I'm the greatest player on the park. I wish he would just stand in defence sometimes and just hoof the ball.
Just do the simple job.
But you're right, and I think that touches on what Collins was saying. Do you know, he isn't getting stretched in here, and if he does lose the ball here, he can almost jog back and get it after whoever's took it off him. Whereas in Europe, you can't do that. You can't get away with that. And he's not getting tested every week in Scotland, and then stepping up to that level. I mean, the one thing that Malmo impressed me with was their pace and their work rate. So they kept at it, and you saw them at some parts that you'd have thought they were an extra man the way they were playing.
Joe Mackay made a good point, Vincent, just when you've been on about the pace and that. They're 17 games into their season. Yep. If we were 17 games into our season, I don't think we would have got the result we did the other night. Because we would have been up another, maybe another level. I know we've played 6 or 7 games now, but you're still, in theory, at the start of your season. But they're in the middle of their season, kind of idea. So that's one thing you're looking at, I know, Vincent.
That's a fair point, aye. Levels of energy and mindset and togetherness and organisation.
And that's another thing, you've got this transfer window, that should have shut at the start of the season. I've heard them all talk about in Talk Sport in the morning. Every manager's saying the exact same.
Publicity now, Brian, that's what it's winning.
Just
it's market employ now, everything, it's just it's taking over.
It's terrible. That's Man City going to buy a boy for what? 50 odd million.
Just a circus.
Hey, he's just been punted for Chelsea 2 seasons ago. Aye, for hee-haw.
And don't get me started in the champions, every country no getting in.
Don't start. I could beat you in that one. Because I've been wanting for that for 2 days.
No, but that pisses every football fan off. Guaranteed, pisses them off.
Apart from the jammy sods they get in.
Apart from
a third
the English
place
teams, the 4 English teams that get in.
Arsenal. Never won it.
I mean, they treat Wenger like a hero because he's got them in 11 years in a row. He's never won the bloody league. You're thinking, what?
I said this the other night there. Celtic played 3 champions.
No?
Right. Aye, it's a screwed up system.
The team we beat in the last round, they won 3-0 tonight.
Yeah.
Against young boys of Bern.
They
were second in the Swiss league.
Aye. It's not right, system's broke. Right, is any one of you moved on to thinking about the Europa League yet? Or is it still hanging in depression? He's pointing at his phone.
Right,
is your phone thinking about Europa League?
No, this guy's want me to read this out.
Right,
who's this guy?
This is Celtic Boy 73.
Celtic Boy 70, the famous Becks of the posh Becks of the East Coast.
Yes.
Has the tweet been scanned? Has it went through our press office?
Would you like to read it out?
Because remember, this guy is well known, a wee drink of an evening, for posting a lot of Metallica songs and a wee bit of anger in some tweets as well. So is it clear to go?
I'll let you read out.
Right.
Right, start off with that one.
That's not a tweet, that's a text message.
No, it's a tweet. It's a tweet, right.
I've no good time for all of that.
I do hope you're going to highlight Ronnie's pathetic attempt to qualify for the Champions League was every bit as pitiful as the debacle against Legia and Maribor. Awful tactics yet again. And I need to read that bit. No, thank God for that. There you go.
Yes,
you really think he's the man to have the top job at Celtic? You think he would have knocked out Legia this year? Judge me in 12 months, he said this time last year. They would have beaten us again. He hasn't a clue when it comes to two-legged football. Oh dear, he's always gone, he against Maribor, and he from half-time on in the first leg against Malmo. The defence is a mess. Johansson overrated but unstoppable to Ronnie. Should be sold, and Armstrong should move central. Chief D is beyond words. He's definitely started the drink.
He's away.
And it took him 6 months to figure out that Lee Griffiths is the best striker at the club, yet still around with Chief D and in the first 4 qualifiers. You or I, steady, he's gone right off the ranch here. You or I could put a team in the park to win the SPL. For me, he's out of his depth.
Actually, that's it.
So, Vinny, that was that caller was Celtic Boy 73 from Haddington. What would you say to that?
Is there a pad at sale?
Actually, do you know what?
I'm glad you stayed in East Coast.
Oh, let's see.
You've been there.
Let's
been
take us to
there,
the panel.
Met this guy.
I thought it was reasonable the time I met
He's
him.
actually here next Friday.
Oh, fantastic! Right, we need to bring him up on that.
Aye.
So,
Well,
Vinny,
there's
out of
a
his
couple of
depth.
points, aye. A couple of points made about part of the reason Lennon left, for example, was almost that he was foreseeing this. So starting to get to the stage where he was thinking the strategy isn't going to support me, and I'm not going to be able to sustain get into the Champions League if this is the way we're going. So I kind of agree with some of it. I like Dyla. I like him as a manager. I just wonder if we should be tweaking our strategy in some way, because I guess, particularly with strikers, and I think that's where it's most obvious. So with strikers, if you try and list the number of 2 million less, 2 million and down, number of strikers that we've bought, and not one of them has actually proved successful. Right up to date, Skepovic, and you think about all these strikers. So I think, particularly when you're trying to get, we're not going to get a top level striker. We're trying to get one somewhere in the middle, but we've not even managed to get one there. The best one we've bought recently is Griffiths, really. But if you think about pretty much every other one, I mean, the jury's still out in Chief Chi. I think it's too early to kind of judge him. But I think that's where the strategy is struggling almost. They don't want to go. The last one I can think of was Finn Bogus. Finn Bogus. Was it Finn Boguson? No, was that the one we let go?
He's away back to Iceland.
Who was the one that everybody was saying, if we get this guy, he went to Atletico Madrid or something like that.
It and stuff.
Was it Finn Bogus? I thought it was Finn Bogus.
Is that how you've got in your head?
No. The guy, he ended up going to Atletico Madrid, and he's not really kicked a ball. And he had a great strike record before he came, and we kind of nearly got there, but it was going to be something like 4 million, and then I think he was wanting ridiculous money per week.
And we walked away.
We almost choked on that one. Now, I'm not saying we should have put the vote out for him, but
that showed
I think we're caught. We're just caught there, aren't we? We're caught there because we end up with Bangura, we end up with Pookie, we end up with Balde, we end up all of these guys, and it's almost as if we're a bit fear.
Right.
Now, it might be by the end of the day we just can't get these guys because they don't want to come here.
Aye.
And maybe these guys are saying, I'll come if you get into the Champions League, but we just so happen to not get into the Champions League.
Right.
So I think that's where the strategy's struggling, because we're not quite.
So not necessarily the manager, but that strategy as a club.
I think we need to give him another. I think we need to give him another go. I don't think getting rid of the manager is going to.
I think when it's talking about no recognising Griffiths was my best striker.
That seemed to take a long time.
I don't think Griffiths was our best striker. I think Delia has made Griffiths the player he is in it. Griffiths to me was a waste of space.
No, I think Griffiths helped himself, Jim.
But the Delia help him, tell him, and
showing him jump through these hoops for me.
Do that,
Get yourself fit.
because you're no there.
Right. Okay.
We're caught in a world now. You're talking about strikers. We're caught in a world. You've got the Championship in England, right? They're buying players down there at £10 million.
Bristol City bidding $9 million for the boy for Crystal Palace.
You know what I mean? You're in a world now you just can't compete, right? Because they're offering 35, 40 grand a week. Your biggest earner is probably Scott Brown. Meant to be. Don't know if Craig Gordon stepped up to that kind of mark or whatever wages he's on. But we can't afford to go out and buy somebody at £6 million, and everybody will be going like, oh, don't talk a lot. We can't afford to buy that.
Aye.
The setup we've got now, we're Europa League.
Right. That's just where we are.
That's where we are.
That's how we're playing.
See if
That's
we
how
missed
we're
the,
negotiating.
you call it qualifying rounds for that.
Aye.
We'll want to watch.
Right. Okay.
It's not not saying we can't afford it. We've no debt. We could afford it. But you get into debt then. Do you want to get in that spiral again with your 10, 15, 20 million pound?
No.
Michael,
I don't want to do that.
We're
There's
not
are
ready.
people here around the world that haven't been to Parkhead now. See the change round Parkhead, it's been phenomenal, it's brilliant. See the full hang about it is, and we've invested in there, right? They're talking about building a museum, but we've thought about different bits where we would build it. I'd seen a drawing, it was the wee car park at the front. But the infrastructure's there. At some point the money has to come for Sky or BT because see their main advertisements, and you look at any of their advertisements now, especially Sky, because they've lost the Champions League. It's got the English Premiership, and see the second thing it's on, it's Celtic lifting the trophy. So why is Sky not putting the money in? Why is the BBC...
You're going to get me angry.
But Richard, why is the BBC not putting the money in? Because they've spent £160 million to get Match of the Day.
The distribution's shocking. Absolutely
shocking. STV put nothing in.
I think the opposite's going to happen, Brian. I know we've been saying it for years, but at some point that business model in England isn't going to
because it's not a model.
I've said that, Vincent. I've said
it's a bubble.
Michael, I've said that for years.
I wish everybody cancelled their Sky tomorrow and not one of the dongles or whatever the illegal side.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hashtag Cody.
I'm getting to the stage now. I picked up. It was on Twitter the other night there about Man United. It was a package for Neymar, 260 million for this package. And did you see it? Right. I was having a laugh here. You see all these people putting their comments and saying, well, that's me cancelling Sky. That's me cancelling Sky.
Right.
But Man United are about 730 million in debt.
Aye. Oh, it's ridiculous.
But it's my brother who's a Man United season ticket holder. It's a workable debt.
It's workable.
Is that a business model to run? Would any other business out with football run that way? You know what I mean? That's the thing.
And the thing is, to me, they go on at Celtic supporters and people go on there and they say, Desmond's he's a multi-millionaire.
Billionaire.
Oh, you know, but I mean,
throw the money at it.
Right, but is he anywhere near what Sky's going to fucking Man United or anything like that? Is there anybody in Scotland or anywhere putting the money in that they're getting?
No, it's madness.
Jab, the bottom team in the English Premiership got £60 million last year.
Aye.
So, are they expecting us to
spend... I think
spend...
it's going to be 90 now, Brian. It's up to 90.
It's next year.
90 million.
So they're expecting Desmond to throw in Peter Lawler to sanction 60 million to sign some player?
Something stupid.
And he's going to be one man against...
We're all saying we didn't really look at the Champions League today and all the teams that are in it and all that carry on. But see if you look, see after this qualifying, you see what countries have got teams left in it. And where the money in.
Oh, the make-up, the promotion.
You could tell you're them now.
Yep.
You could probably do the last four now.
So you could.
It's boring.
Totally boring.
And it's boring. And actually, but the English teams and the English supporters are well up for it. They're thinking now, it's best league in the world, you know. We'll get 4 out of the Champions League.
To be fair to a lot of their fans, there is a big kickback with the prices and everything. You've seen quite a lot of boycotts and, you know, this kind of stuff. So, but I know you're saying they're just riding along with the gravy train like anybody else would do, not really thinking about how it's going to hit the buffers at some point. Right, okay, boys, we'll wrap up that dark cloud there. You did well, you got through it. There wasn't much tears and snotters. Haddington, you helped people. Thanks to our last caller there, Ian from Haddington. We're going to go to Seamus from Gillespie next, but we'll break now and go to the adverts.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, 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 tock.
Right, we had a 35-minute advert break. Well, we still spoke about Malmo. It's obviously no total out of the system. And Haddington. God bless Haddington. But looking forward, next game, of course, back to business. St Johnstone on Saturday. And we've got another wee first. We've got this wee Tic Talk. Came back out for a long, long time. Your man's getting to the game on Saturday.
I was going to ask
I'm
you
on the bus. And I'm taking my nephew Keane to the football. I'm delighted. This is a big week for me.
I'll see you there.
This is superb.
I'll see you there.
So, Brian, talk to me. St Johnstone.
Celtic, the team in the green and white, Richard.
Oh!
Good man.
We're shaking each other's hands.
This is 1 o'clock, Richard.
The bus will go when I tweet it's going.
He's going to make his way, isn't he?
Don't get it wrong this time.
Hey, I can only go on the information the official committee gives me.
There you are.
You got it wrong the last
That's a good disclaimer. So, Brian, St Johnstone, Walker Park, no bother, shoot it in, here we go.
Well,
5-0.
surely the team will give you a performance after that.
Surely.
Then you get it an international break after that.
A few apologies to come.
You know what I mean? Right. You just wonder how they'll start. If they start with a good tempo, they'll do well. Yeah. Saying that, the 2 home games against St Johnstone last year, we didn't play that well. We could beat one.
Yep.
Shudder there.
Shudder there. European hangover. European hangover.
I just think there's going to be a bit of, for the players, I think there'll be a bit of comeback. And I think that, the fans are feeling like the way we're feeling, so it's going to be a kind of. So that I think they need to. You're right. They'll need to start well and need to start with a tempo. Rightly or wrongly actually, the fans will go on their back quickly.
That's what I think. I don't think it's as much on the players on Saturday as it is on the fans.
For us to come in with the right attitude.
I think,
John, these guys are professional.
But I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the way it was and the way some people have been talking about it.
Right.
Are we going to open the lower stand, the upper stand for Europa Games? Why should we be thinking about that?
Well, we didn't the last time.
Let's fucking fill the stadium. Let's roar the Celtic on.
I agree with you, Jim, by see what you're saying there. See, for the European Games it's going to be coming up. Let's get the stadium full.
Give away the tickets if we have to, but don't start this thing.
The strategy they had last year for the Europa League was £60.
It wasn't a bad package, that's right. I actually moved out of the main stand just because I could, just for a wee change.
But would you know rather the full stadium was open?
Of course I would, but they knew early doors that it wasn't going to be. But you're right, it should be. I tell you, I know we've all got them right, but I'm slightly not looking forward to where we sit, Michael, because I know for a fact there's a guy that just sits out at the left, and then the guy that's in front of me in 3 up, and I'm no kidding you, Richard. See if they takes centre right and they pass it back and somebody hoofs it out the park. He's up. First minute. Oh, for God's sake!
Sack Naylor.
Oh, jeez. And I know there's a smattering of them all around the stadium.
Of course.
But see that drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. What are you paying your money
Vincent,
for?
see that guy? I don't think that guy's allowed to talk in the house. Tell me. That's that same. You've said that.
Brian said that to me every game.
That boy's not allowed to talk in the house.
Brian knows all about that.
And then the last game we had Rob Flynn behind us.
Oh, yeah, beauty. You can look legends.
Get back to the game, that's
So,
there is
Michael,
no question.
is it the same team? No, this is looking forward, that's good. Is it the same team to come out and apologise to us, or are you want
I don't think
changes?
there'll be wholesale changes. I'm a big believer this home game that we've got one guy up front. I don't like it. I want to go out there and kill these teams off. But we can't knock the guy. We've been winning. We won the league, whatever. But I think these guys are hurting, and it will be very similar.
Right.
I think the only change might be a big O'Connell in for Van Dijk.
Right.
Because I'll tell you something, Big Effie can't come in. And I think it's got
Put Charlie in there.
It's got the management back that think, Big O'Connell. See, after Tannadice, I thought it was brilliant. I thought the guy was, I don't know where you've seen the game at Tannadice. I thought the big guy was getting the ball at the back and running with the ball at the defence, and he'd done everything he could.
Right.
And he looked the part.
You'd be quite happy seeing him coming in.
Definitely.
Okay.
Apart from that, I don't think there'll be any other changes.
Right. Mr. C, score prediction? Or are you still with the horses?
I'll stop with the horses.
How'd that
Donkey Derby, were it?
Were you Blackpool?
No, I was
just doing it at the local establishments.
I'm just betting a few horses.
There are other establishments.
There are other towns. So, score.
Just when you get a minute.
Are we just going to destroy them? Is this anger time, payback time?
It should be.
It should be.
It should be.
But you said that before the Malmo game. That should be us. Aye, it's one of those ones. Are you now living in fear? Is that what's happened to you?
No.
Have they unsettled you, Jim?
They've upset me.
Aye. You're not quite yourself. You're looking off your game.
You're enjoying the beers,
Papers
but
come out with that comment.
Don't be
Well,
daft.
the thing is, not to go through it all again.
Don't do that. Come on, don't do that. We need to wrap this up, man.
I've been there.
You've been there.
I've been there and seen all these things. And Celtic let you down.
Oh, he's hurt. But this boy's
No,
hurt.
no,
But
no,
you still keep going.
But I don't support Celtic with my head.
Oh, thank God you finished that sentence.
Right? With my head. I'm not the one who says, shite, half back. I've never seen a full back as bad as that in my life.
That's John Haddo you're doing.
That's a good
Is that John
impression.
Haddo?
20 minutes ago, you asked for a prediction.
You'll come back to that score soon.
I'm aware of it, that's right.
Prediction.
Just go to your prediction.
This has been, and
After
I
chest.
support with my heart.
There you go.
And I don't even think with my head on it.
We know you don't think you're
It's hard.
We know that.
There's nothing else. Oh, Jesus. So,
Right, there's nothing else here.
nothing else here. I'm only I'm a Celtic supporter with my heart.
Right.
And there's
I
nothing in
can't
your
be
right?
any
What score does your heart know about?
My achy,
And,
breaky hand.
And because I'm a Celtic supporter with my heart, you'll see
You'll see.
This man got started.
You've got a dicky pacemaker.
the strip with the beating heart of
Oh, he's brought it up again. He's brought up the Peter Grant testimonial talk. I knew he would squeeze
How did
it
they
in.
get that in there?
It's been so long. It's been so long. Right, okay.
You're always
He's-
Jack, you're always.
He's played his big goal card.
Yeah, you couldn't follow it.
Vinny, he's a
There you
score.
go.
He's a score.
He's not got an empty
played
head, does he?
He's played
He's
his
getting
big
his
goal
own.
card.
I think it's going to be like 1-0.
Oh, God.
I'm not wanting to put you off. I know you're going
Oh,
against him.
Jesus.
I've just got a bad feeling. Not a bad feeling. I think we'll win, but I think it might be a bit of a letdown.
Oh,
I can feel
a
a
letdown
hangover.
after a letdown.
And I'm on the water.
God
on the
almighty,
tee.
you're on
I
the
feel a
water.
hangover.
Jesus.
I'm going to go for
Anybody even asked you?
Davy Mooney senior bet. -2, -3.
-2, -3. Brian?
3-0.
Come on, here you go. Right,
Yourself,
that's about better.
yourself.
I'm
Since you're
nervous.
going to the game.
I'm panicking about how much food I need to buy weekend.
I'm
looking at-
Oh, the sweets are down there now.
Oh, come
So can
on!
we get a prediction?
No, I'm the host. Let's go to Shambolic.
Shambolic.
Brian, are you doing an official one? Are you?
Shambolic.
There you go, fantastic. Shambolic
It's a
is
live
back.
one.
So, we got in touch with the boys, and the question was, we had the Malmo first leg, and we had the disappointment right at the last, so then, of course, we're into this crucial second leg. You've got the build up to it. Some folk were saying, well, it's all over. Some folk were saying, we're going to do this, and some folk were absolutely bricking it. There was a fair bit of tenderness approaching it, a lot of hype building up. So the question was, give us your memories of the most nervous-wracking time ever you've had in the build-up to a match. What was it? Who wants to take us off first?
Me.
Oh!
Me.
We've
I
got
was
McKeever.
first.
Hold on. No, we've got McKeever left here. We're going left. We'll break to the Royal Borough next.
It was the time my
gonna steal
my
mine.
dad won the time to play at Celtic Park. And he gave it to me. I had to play, but my hammy was going.
God's sake.
That would have been nerve. That would have been
And I
nerve.
was nervous I was going to put my hammy during the game. I'm only joking. No. I think the game I'm going to talk about is the game where we went to Tannadice. And we went via Edinburgh to pick up Big Doogie.
This Gordon Stratton.
And then we went up and stopped outside Perth to drop off the carry out.
Right, allegedly.
And then we went up to Dundee,
Right.
and I think there was a busload of, say, 33-seater. I think there was a little bit 5 with tickets that day.
Oof.
And it was a Tommy Burns game, if you remember.
Was that a Thursday?
Right?
Thursday night,
Thursday night, wasn't it?
And that night, the team from the other side were at Pittodrie.
Right.
And all that was going through our heads was, you're bumping into them. We passed them in the motorway, do you remember we stopped Brian the lay-by? And they all went by and a bus came in with them on it, the Bears. And this could be pandemonium, this could be a nightmare. And honestly, it was one of the games where there was, say, 30 of us, whatever, we didn't have tickets.
Right.
So we found this cracking boozer, if you
Right.
remember. And then after the game, it was just mental. But before the game, we were bricking it.
Right.
It just wasn't. It was.
Whatever's happened to that?
They were up there.
What happened to them?
They died.
They died.
They were up there. We were up there, and it could have been just totally.
Aye, okay. That's what the chat was. Everybody looking at the windows and this kind of stuff, right?
I wasn't nervous about
Okay.
getting ambushed by them or fighting. I wasn't actually. It was just the fear. Losing that to them coming down.
aye.
We were up there, they're up there.
Facing that, right?
Oh.
Okay.
And it was a right strange feeling. Don't think you were involved with it
Uncomfortable.
at that point anyway. It was maybe about 4 years
I was involved right at the beginning. mate. Before he arrived.
Let's break over to our consultant in the Royal Borough. What memory can you throw me?
Mine was an easy one. 'Cause
Right.
I can remember it clear as day. Celtic versus St Johnstone Parkhead.
Harold Blackback.
Pilot.
Well, before Harold Brattback,
Jeez, oh.
it was a cracking goal for Henrik Larsson.
King of
and
Kings.
And where we had our season ticket then was right behind that goal
Oh,
to
no
the left
way.
where the ball ended up.
Come
So
on.
we're all going crazy mental. But for that moment to the Brattback goal was the most nervous I've ever been. And I was feeling, I thought I was going to be sick.
Really?
So the goal never settled you at all?
No, because we just thought, because our draw wasn't good enough.
Right.
And remember, they must have sitter. The Irish boy,
Boyle.
Joe Boyle, must have an absolute sitter. And I've never felt like that at a game.
And he never done it
since.
intentional.
Oh, bloody right, he never. But until Bratback scored,
right,
and that was the biggest relief ever. You think about that. I mean, I'd been through
just
they were my
historic
formative years, 9 in a row. They won.
See the goal he scored.
And then, well,
He
actually,
didn't look confident.
I know.
You know, it's
And
just
actually, for the,
you're like,
if you think about the Dunfermline game the week before, we thought we'd blow it.
Ready for the party.
And you're thinking, how good would this be? Because it was a sunny day. How good would it be to win today? But in the back of your mind, you're thinking, how bad would it be to lose this today? And even the Larson's goal, because by then, to the Bratback goal, we didn't particularly, it wasn't like waves and waves of chances. We played no bad.
We didn't have a lot of chances
But
in the game.
you just thought, if they score, how's that team going to feel? Do you know? And I'd been through. I mean, you think back to the things like the Coca-Cola Cup the next day and all that kind of stuff, you know, and you just think, oh my God, is this going to be that again? So that's the most nervous I've ever been.
And it was that wee section between each goal.
The first goal and the second goal, you just thought, are we going to actually blow this? Because all the way through that season, you think about it, do you know, what Wim Jansen and that team did that season was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Do you know? Brilliant that we won that league that year.
And we didn't realise it till then.
Aye, so true.
That's
Right. It was just kind of building in wee stages. You never really seen it till the finished picture. Now, Brian, before we go to Mr. C, who will no doubt talk about how nervous he was before the Peter Grant testimonial game, we're going to break to you to a mystery game. What can you throw me?
Semi-final, Boa Vista.
Boa Vista, come on. Because who remembers the semi-finals? The guys that get there.
6 minutes to go, Henrik Larsson scored. See that 6 minutes? I went on for about 3 years, it felt like. That 6 minutes, well, I think we had 3 minutes extra time and all.
Were we in my house for that game?
No, we were up at Luigi's house.
I was at work in England that game.
We were up at Luigi's house, and see that I think it was obviously 9 minutes if you added the extra time in it. I felt like 3 years.
Did you?
I just, you're like, just, and they had a good chance.
Bobo Baldi.
I remember that because Luigi went online as soon as the final whistle. He was
with the flights,
shouting flight times and flight prices and that. Book it, everyone.
That was unbelievable. That to me, that was obviously the game Vincent's talking about and all. Aye, that was unbelievable.
But that's Europe, isn't it? That's a whole different level.
That was just, would you call that? Obviously, the first time I could travel to a final in Europe.
Exactly.
I could travel to a final in Europe, so it was a really big thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Just hanging there.
Oh,
that's carrot.
But Larson hit the ball in and all. And the ball went in and everybody's jumping about. All right, we're going. It's true what you're saying, Vincent. We booked flights to Malaga straight after that, to Birmingham.
Where are we
going?
How
that came about, you remember? I'm in Derby and I'm phoning you and I says, I know the route we're going. Paul Gorman phones me, you can have my Liverpool flights.
Oh, right? Yeah, dancer.
And he says, fly to Birmingham, Marbella, and then we get to Marbella, right, Malaga, right, and we stayed in Marbella, same hotel as Rory Bremner. That's where John Kelly's Speedos came to light. We'll talk about that.
No, that's for the adult TikTok.
And that was all done with phone calls to England, to here.
Fantastic. That's how dreams are put together.
And that's why we are shambolic.
I could give a better route than that. I'll give you that another time.
So that was the first time I could have went to a final in Europe.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
You remember the strip they had?
That night they played the
yellow
strip.
No, the Boa Vista strip.
Oh, no.
Remember what it looked like?
Boa Vistas?
Black and white.
Black and white squares.
I don't remember.
I can't picture
We played in the yellow strip.
Honestly, I watched the game. I was at a conference in England and I left and they were like, you need to be here. I went away out and I managed to get it on a telly in a bar in the hotel. And then I'm on the phone to these idiots.
Where are we? How are we getting
all I can hear is like Vinny says, Luigi, do it, just book it. Just book it.
Book a plane.
You know, I booked the flight.
So, Mr. C, walk us through that Peter Grant testimony.
You know, since asked me the question a while ago, a couple of days ago. I've not been able.
You don't know where you are. This Malmo game's destroyed you.
I've not been able to come up with him.
Oh, you're joking.
Every game's the same.
Every game's nervous.
But you're nervous
every game. You're
I'm
bricking
nervous
it.
every game.
You cry at every game.
Oh,
No, I cry at a few.
Aye, every second
I
one.
cry at a few.
How many times you fell asleep at a game?
I've
I've
got
not
the
really
book here.
fell asleep at a game. I've closed my eyes.
Aye.
No.
He falls asleep when he's nervous,
I've got the book. 14 officially standing up sleeping, and another 3 sitting down. There we go. That's the shambolic diary.
Don't listen to it. Don't listen. It's a lot of rubbish.
He falls asleep when he's nervous. What can he do?
That's what happens. He's got sleep apnea. Every time he gets nervous, he kills out.
I relax.
Yes.
Oh, the one at Anfield, I didn't fall asleep at an Anfield.
No.
I fell asleep in the pub before it.
Right, boys, focus. This isn't about falling asleep, right? This is about the
Can we do
nerves.
that one week?
This is about the nerves. Next week, tune in for the sleep apnea quiz.
I couldn't actually think of a game
Right.
where I was more nervous than any other time. Couldn't think.
Right, okay, they were all...
The game Vincent mentioned, I remember
Right.
the exact way Vincent was.
Right.
And the one Brian mentioned about
The Boa Vista. Right,
I was
okay.
in Boa Vista and
Were you in Boa Vista?
I was in Boa Vista.
was.
I never missed many that year.
You were on tour that year.
You woke up, it was 1-0.
That'll do me. I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, wait a minute. He woke up and went like, who scored?
Was it us?
Oh, I
Was it
remember
us? Are we all right?
When he didn't jump the hunt there.
I could remember what Brian said there about it was a miss hit, sort of, the Henrik thing. And then they had a good chance. It was Big Bobo. Big Bobo was outstanding that night.
Big Bobo Baldy.
And
He's a beast, that guy. Jeez, oh man.
what I remember and things on it was I phoned the Crown after the game.
You did not.
You're supposed to be working, no?
I'll be late.
I fell asleep again.
The Crown was a local establishment which
Yes.
wasn't well known for being very pro-Celtic.
Welcoming
time,
to
although I
Celtic
worked
fans.
in it and I
Aye.
had the supporters in it.
Aye.
But I phoned because Big Joe was in it.
Right.
No,
Joe.
Big Joe was at the game.
Joe.
We phoned to see the boys that was in it.
Aye.
Right.
I can't remember who I asked for. I can remember phoning it because Roger always told me, bloody phone calls.
You didn't phone in here.
And that was it, just...
Brilliant. The final was booked. Outstanding.
Well,
So after that section,
but the one you were... No, the one you were...
Malmo who?
The one you were talking about, I wasn't nervous before the Peter Grant testimony.
But we'll save that for another time.
I knew I was a star among stars.
Do you know what? I need to sit down with you just on a Tic Talk one-on-one. Just
Aye.
all about Peter Grant and just all about that
Aye,
match.
get it
Do you know
out.
something?
Man,
Aye. Maybe if he gets it out, that'll be the end of it. He'll never mention it again. But I doubt it. Right, okie doke. We'll wrap up there. Thanks a lot, boys, for putting the Malmo nightmare to bed. Hashtag Malmotaupsy. Tune in the next time for the next Tic Talk. Until then, your therapy session has been conducted by the counsellors
Mickey Boy.
Mr. C.
Vincenzo.
and Brian for the right side of the light has got his
full of
mouth
biscuits.
full of biscuits.
You're a greedy. Stop saying you are.
And that's shambolic. So from myself, Richard, hail, hail.
Hail, hail.
The thing I want to see the most is the Glasgow Celtic score. I've been to Munich, been to Paris and Berlin. I watched injustice fall upon you in Turin, and I've shared the pain and glory with the friends that I have made as I dance from place to place in green and white on a worldwide tin parade.